Hello. So I am a nudist, and in the winter, nudism tends to be harder. I have done a lot of things. I think nudists do different things. You can do the snowbird thing, go south in the winter, north in the summer. You can do indoor nudism, try to be warm as you can. And then a lot of people just don't, they're non-practicing nudists. I guess, they're home, they're probably naked, but they kind of don't do it until it gets warm again. I've done kind of all of them. And then also as a nudist, your options are generally like beach, resort, and then like some sort of living situation, commune, building or, something like that where people are all living together naked. I guess those are just sort of the categories of ways that you can be a practicing nudist because it is illegal to be naked in public, as far as I know in most places. I would love to find a place where you can. I know in France, like you can technically be naked in the supermarket in certain areas, which I did do. That's a story for another time. But the short of that was that it was actually more like a resort than it didn't feel like I was like in a suburb naked. So I have done I've done the beaches, I've done the resorts, I've done the living, common living situations. I was doing the snowbird thing every winter, and I was also living in communes in the winter. Now, I am trying to embrace the cold and do nudism in the cold, which is kind of a new thing for me. Now, most of the time I am cold when I'm doing nudism just because I feel like it's a small range of comfortables that I'm actually temperatures that I'm actually comfortable at. So I'm usually cold, but the joy of it outweighs it all. So I did some winter nudism, like cold winter nudism for the first time. I have done like camping. That's not true. I have done some colder thing, like maybe like 50s, in the 50s Fahrenheit before. I did the like Howe Caverns, naked in a cave, which the cave is like 50 degrees. That was like my limit. There's no sun. It's so totally dark. That was my limit as far as comfort. I was extremely uncomfortable, but it's a good bucket list thing. I'm glad I did it. But I did legit winter nudism outside this past weekend, kind of a new thing. The club that I'm a member of, Rock Lodge in New Jersey, tried out a new thing where we just did a winter thing, and it was sort of like camping. It was sort of like winter camping. You've got the fire going. We do have some electricity, but not running water. We had a porta potty, and we had our frozen over lake. So people did polar plunging. I didn't. We also turned on the electricity for the sauna, so that obviously helps. And I did ice skating, and I haven't ice skated in a long time. As a kid, my parents put me in ice skating lessons. In retrospect, I don't know if I would have, on my own volition, selected to do ice skating lessons as a kid. It just was like a thing that I guess I assume my mom, like, I should ask her what made her decide ice skating of all things. Because we just did it. My brother and sister also did it. It was like just a given that we were going to ice skate. I never remember saying, I want to ice skate. But we did it, and I took lessons for 7 years. And I don't normally see myself as a very athletic person, but that was like my physical activity. And I don't feel like I was naturally good at it, but I learned some things. And so it's in me. Like, I feel like anything that you do as a kid or learn as a kid, like there's some part of it that kind of stays with you. So so I haven't skated in a while. I mean, I've skated as an adult, but it's been a while. So I skated for the first time outdoors on a lake. And I did it first clothed, and then I just took off my top so I could kind of feel like a naked experience. And by that point, I had already had my pants on, and I had already tied up my my skates, so I couldn't like take off the full pants. Like I would have had to take off the skates. So I just did the topless, and it was exhilarating. I definitely want to do it again, and I'm gonna buy some ice skates for next time.